Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Danny again. Um, Today is April 5th, 2020, and we're still being quarantined for the coronavirus. Here in Michigan, we're still home. Today, I wanted to talk to you about relationships and relationship problems. Uh, all of us have relationship and relationship problems, but how much of that is really your fault? How much of that could you take some accountability for? Um, we hear all different types of stuff in relationships. And one of the most famous ones we hear is women say that all men are dogs. But it's usually one woman who's dated a lot of different guys, and she say all those guys are dogs. But the only thing those guys all had in common was you. Um, a lot of our issues in relationships, we tend to try to put it on the other person because it's easier to do that than it is to accept that maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm messed up. Maybe it's something from my past. Maybe it's something from my parents' relationship. We tend to try to take the easy way out. And we think that that easy way is to put it off on somebody else. It's always somebody else. It's just easier to point the finger. But after being through a lot of the things that I've been through over the last couple of years, I had to really stop and take a long, hard look at myself. And there was a lot of things about me, a lot of issues that I didn't want to admit, I didn't want to deal with. But until I faced them, I really wasn't healthy emotionally. But I thank my woman Keisha so much for helping me through it. She's my accountability partner, and she's really really good about you taking accountability for yourself. And it helped me to look at myself and to just change my perspective on things. So now, as I look at so many other relationships and relationship problems, I watch TV shows about relationships, and it's amazing how we do things like we'll get bored with our mate, and because somebody else is entertaining us, we put that on our mate. But how is that on your mate when it's something you feel like you need to hear? Think about that. That's something on the inside of you that's a problem. And then we don't communicate things clearly to our mate, and we hold them at fault. And so we go out and seek things in places we ain't got no business seeking it. That's why God has to be your foundation. That's why God has to be the glue. Because then when you do run into those situations where things aren't necessarily paradise, then that's when you get on your knees and you pray for God for solutions, for answers, for Him to make the change. And a lot of times the change you're looking for is not in the other person. It's in you. He'll bring a change along in you. And that's not just in relationships with dating people, but relationships when dealing with people we work with, friends. A lot of times the change we're looking for is not in the other person, it's in us. And just how we react to things, how we respond to things. But I also understand another thing. Stop putting stuff on people you don't want to give back. If you can't give unconditional love, how dare you demand it from somebody? If your love comes with conditions, how could you dare take the love from somebody that you know that they've loved you through all your mess? But they have one little fault and now you want out? You want somebody to trust you while you're being untrustworthy. You know, we ask people for a lot of things in relationships that we aren't willing to give. So start with yourself. Check yourself. 99.9% of those problems that you got going on in your relationship, I bet you can finish them and solve them if you just start with you. Stay blessed. And this is what I would call a mirror check.